all Tyranid organisms can trace their genetic composition back to a mysterious creature known as a Norn Queen. A Norn Queen is a highly intelligent Tyranid bioform that directs the evolutionary path of the great Tyranid swarms. They nest inside huge chambers, buried deep within massive hive ships, all the time ingesting harvested genetic materials to bioengineer all the countless variations of creatures that make up the Tyranid hive fleet. As the Tyranids invade new worlds and encounter new enemies, the Norn Queen can rapidly adapt its offspring to each new environment or tactical need. Many of the Tyranid bioforms known to the Imperium have been encountered in mass numbers, but some remain far more elusive and unique. The Parasite of Mortrex is one of these unique Tyranid creations, and is a result of a Norn Queen's genetic experimentation to enhance its broods. Named after the planet where it was first encountered, the Parasite of Mortrex is thought to be a subspecies of Tyranid warrior, evolved with bat-like wings and a large, fanged maw. Unlike most Tyranid organisms, its tail isn't used solely for impaling its victims to death. A lethal, concealed weapon resides within its barbed end, in the form of a hollow tube that upon impact implants its still living prey with Ripper parasite embryos. Within hours, or in some cases minutes, the Ripper parasites begin to devour the unfortunate host from the inside out, causing them to suffer a horrific and painful death. The Planet of Mortrex was an Imperial fortress world of the Segmentum Ultima. The world was extremely well defended and garrisoned with large numbers of Astra Militarum regiments and Imperial Navy assets. It served as a bastion of defense against the constant threats to Imperial space. Its landscape was littered with fortifications and bunker systems, with towering strongholds protruding from every mountainside. The first encounter with the strange new Tyranid organism would take place after Mortrex came under assault from a tendril of Hive Fleet Kraken. The first wave of Xenos lifeforms washed over the planet's surface, but were repelled by the formidable defense systems. The immense fortifications continued to hold back the vicious hordes for over 10 days. However, at some point during the 10th day of the invasion, the Astra Militarum forces defending Mortrex encountered a previously unrecorded winged bioform. This had been the first sightings of the creature that would later become known as the Parasite of Mortrex. There were no Imperial records of this unknown creature, and the defenders had no idea what to expect. Without warning, the monster dove down from the skies above towards the entrenchments, stabbing at the guardsmen with lightning-quick strikes of its tail and injecting them with Ripper parasites. Its unfortunate victims quickly found themselves reeling in pain as the embedded parasites began to devour their host from the inside out. Amidst the harrowing screams, a swarm of Rippers ruptured through torn flesh and cracked bone in a spray of blood and gore. Such sights were enough to drive some guardsmen mad, or render them completely frozen with horror. 2 weeks later, the Planet of Mortrex was completely overrun by vast, ravenous tides of Ripper swarms. All that remained of the fortress world was a single astropathic transmission that warned of the creature, a horrifying monstrosity that implants its still living prey with Ripper organisms. The few who survived the evacuation efforts told stories of the new Tyranid bioform. They called it the Parasite, and to face it was to risk the most horrific death imaginable. Fortunately for the Imperium, the Parasite has not been sighted since the battle on Mortrex. Like other unique Tyranid bioforms created by the Norn Queens, such as the Red Terror and the Doom of Malan'tai, it remains to be seen whether the Parasite was deemed successful enough to warrant its genetic advancement and mass production, or if it will simply remain as an unfulfilled genetic experiment, never to be produced again.